So this is the second exercise for neurographics before the session, and here what I'm going to show you is another tool that we have in our practice is we are going to be rounding the angles, right? When we draw a line, and as you can see here, it's a lot of angles right here, right there, and angles, they mean conflict, some sort of conflict, but it doesn't mean that a conflict is bad, right? And I probably gonna advise not to try to run away from the conflict, because the further or the more we push away from the conflict, but when we try to run away from it, I think the faster it comes to us, and it will get us sooner or later. So in neurographics, that's why we have that magical tool that allows us to deal with the conflict right away. And again, conflict doesn't mean, that it's bad. Usually when we have a conflict, whether within ourselves or with someone else, usually we get a good lesson out of it, the truth come out. So all we have is actual personal growth. So I'd say that conflicts are amazing, and not trying to avoid it is also a very good skill when you can deal with it right away, right? Whether it's a business, whether it's relationship, whether it's your, any decision in any event in your life, the conflict appears, boom, you know how to deal with it. So especially in the first algorithm of removing limiting beliefs, we do need to round all angles that we have. And I'm going to ask you not to try to avoid the angles, because I see in many works of my clients, what they are doing, they are drawing parallel lines like this. So here we go, they cheating, they avoided the conflicts, but it's not the purpose of this algorithm. It's not the purpose of neurographics. And it's, in the algorithm of removing limiting beliefs, we face the conflict, we face inner conflict, we face it, we aware of it, and we know how to deal with this. We just gotta round the angles, that's it. And the more angles you have like this, the more you round them, the more your subconscious mind is rewiring those old neural pathways. We are dealing with patterns right here, so we do need to change it. We do need at one point to feel uncomfortable. So don't be afraid of seeing a lot of angles. You know what to do with this and how to round those angles. As you can see right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna round them just like that. And here, you see, like if I round it like this, I have some sort of a rough kind of like edges in here, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just draw another line on top of it. So I make this line wider. Here we go. And there's no conflict left, right? No angles. So I want to show you another trick that you can use up here. Is, if you can see, this is like a small triangle, right? So it's very small, and sometimes the tip of a marker is wider, and it's not really clear work coming out of it. So what you can do is just you can draw a small circle inside, you see? So basically what I can say is this: with one decision I was able to solve 3 different conflicts, right? Here. So try to make it very clean. Don't leave those rough edges behind you, and you're probably gonna know it, your subconscious will know that you didn't do the work as you could have, right? Here we go. So what I always encourage my clients to do is just to bring your work, your piece of art, to the feeling of almost like a beauty orgasm, right? So you see, you actually like this work. Don't leave rough edges behind. Don't just like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna round it, whatever it goes, and I just leave it like this. No, you don't want results in your life like this, right? You don't want your life to be whatever, let it be like that. You want it to be the way you want it to be. You want it to be nice, happy, clean, new beliefs, new programs, new future. So thus pay, a very close attention to the way you treat your own work. And I want it to be very neat. I want it to be very careful. I want it to look beautiful. And maybe in the beginning it's gonna take just a little bit more time, but then, since you do like a couple of sessions and drawings, it will become easier, first of all, faster, and I wouldn't say automatic, but you're gonna notice the angle right away, and you're gonna, instead of complaining about it, oh my god, so many angles, you're gonna I know how to deal with this. I know how to deal with this conflict. Boom. Beautiful. Sometimes we complain about something more, and we spend more time on complaining rather than actually dealing with this task, issue, problem. Just like that. And it's already also, as just drawing lines, it's already gives you like a therapeutic effect in here. It already gives me a calm state of mind, a little bit of it does feel like a meditative practice, right? Usually on this step, there's a lot of resistance comes up, sometimes anger. So be aware of what you feel. And if that appears, know that you're on the right path. Because if we feel a big deal of resistance in any topic, that actually means that we are on the right track. Okay, so here we go. Continue doing rounding the angles. See what you feel, see how you feel. And I would say don't rush, and give this practice at least 5 to 7 minutes. And don't be afraid of angles during the session. Remember, the conflict is always improvement. Conflict always means that you're on the right path, you're growing, and you're evolving. Thank you so much for your time. Keep practicing.